puzzle people. I hope you are doing well today. We get to start today with Entroban by JC Godart. After this, I will announce the next setting challenge. So those of you who are excited by zetamath setting challenges, or those of you who are newer to the stream because I haven't done one in a bit, you can look forward to that as a next piece after we start with this puzzle. But this puzzle was voted for by someone. This puzzle was voted for by David Mathpesto, Russ, David, Ambrose, and Luda. Thank you all for your support. It is part of a 43-way tie, so if you want to go in and vote and make it not a 43-way tie next time, we can do that. Let us have a look at the rules to this puzzle. JC Godart, by the way, is famous for coloring puzzles, so I would not be surprised if this involves coloring. I see the first rule is global entropy. That certainly suggests the coloring is likely to be the case. So every 2x2 square in the grid needs to have at least one low, one medium, and one high digit. Lines are entropic lines. Lines are either entropic or Renbon to be deduced by the solver. Well, this one's entropic. I will leave for you to prove. Does this one have length that's a multiple of 3? Okay, I can't tell you what this one is yet. Digits along an entropic line may repeat if allowed by other rules. And digits joined by an X sum to 10. Digits joined by a black dot have a ratio of 1 to 2. Not all X's and dots are given. Okay, so first of all, if this were a Renbon... Oh, no, it's right. You're right. That does not have to be. This one, though, has to be entropic, because we could not get 3 entropies on it if it were not entropic. So this one is certainly entropic, which means that these 2 digits are the same entropy, whatever that entropy is. I'll try not to bias it, and I'll make it green. Let's see. Garian points out this can't be a Renbon because it has length 9 and this digit sees everything on it. So this definitely has a repeated digit and therefore is not a Renbon. Very good spot to Garian. Oops, wrong. There we go. Ha ha ha. Boop, doop. So this is entropic as well. So I guess I know one of these 3 is green. Oh, so therefore this would be green if it were... Oh, this is also entropic. I didn't even notice this length 4 line. So yeah, none of these are green, at least. We'll mark them as yellow-purple, because one of these is definitely green. And so that makes all the greens in this column. Let's see. Each one of 2. We could color the big entropic line, I suppose. Yellow, yellow, yellow. It seemed to me like the other was more sudoku-logically relevant, but maybe this one will turn out to be relevant. Probably the fact that both of these are green is probably relevant. That's not green. I'll try again. There we go. That's green. On a black dot, well, these aren't 4, 5, 6, because 4, 5, and 6 do this. So this is high and low, and therefore yellow is mid, because of the fact that the X, if it has a middle on it, it's a 4, 6, and so they would both be middle, and they're different. That means, and of course this one's not a 5, so that makes this a 2, 3, or 8. And that makes this a 2, 7, or 8, just for the record. Let's see. Oh, right. There's a global entropy constraint. Lakia has remembered. I'd already completely forgotten that. This cell is purple because we need a purple in that collection of cells. This cell is yellow because we need a yellow in this cluster of cells. Let's see. 5, column 1, row 6, column 1, and row 5, column 3 are the same entropy. Right, right. So these two are the same entropy. And so Garion is asking, where does the third digit of this entropy go? And it has to go in this box somewhere in this 2x2 because this 2x2 doesn't have that entropy yet. But actually, neither does this 2x2, unless it's green or yellow. But if it were green or yellow, that wouldn't work. Because if this entropy is green or yellow, so let me do this in a different order. These two are purple because they're the same entropy. And if that entropy was green or yellow, this box wouldn't have that entropy in it at all. So these are purple. There we go. And so now where's the other purple digit? It can't repeat along the entropic line. But I need to have, therefore, a purple in this 2x2. And so it needs to go there. And so that is my last purple. Okay. Oh, yeah, the same thing happens over here. These two are yellow. Wait. Does it? I don't think it quite does. I don't agree that it is the same. I don't think. Let's see. We do need a yellow in here. Yeah, we do have 3 purples in column 1. I agree. How long is this? Is this 9 long? 2, 3. Yeah, this is 9 long. So the question is, can this really be a 9 long Renbon? In which case, these 2 digits would be these 2 digits. I don't know that I really want to think about that at the moment. Let's see. So these are all yellow or green, and likewise the last green is here. So these are all yellow or purple. And in fact, we know exactly 2 of those are purple, I suppose. Or no, at least 2 of those are purple. They could all 3 be purple, I suppose. Well, I know one of these 2 is purple, at least. Okay, I guess these are all also yellow-green. I could fill in if I'm trying to maintain that standard. I don't know that I am, but if I am. Okay, one of these is definitely green. So this is assuredly a green-purple pair because this X needs to have a green on it. So these are green-purple and, in fact, are a real combination. So I guess that means that that cell and that... Oh, sorry, no, I don't know that. Sorry, I don't know that this is entropic. But at least this is green or purple. It's either low or high, I suppose, is the upshot of that. And this is one of each, green and purple. Let's see. I know one of these 2 is yellow. That doesn't seem useful yet. Oh, there's definitely, right. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I see it now. Garion has it. Yeah, this X needs to have a yellow on it, but yellow is middle, so this just needs to be all yellow. So this is a 4-6. And so we get our first digit of the puzzle, which is that this cell is a 5. If we can bring out Zach for the 5 dance. Boop-a-doop. Woo. Ba-doop-a-doop. Whoa. What? That's right. Why not, Emma? There's a 4-6 pair in this column? I'm confused about how Emma does not believe my 4-6 pair. Whoa. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Okay, so this is now definitely a renbon, because 4 and 6 don't go next to each other on a non-renbon. Okay, so the other 4-6 in this box must go here, because that 4-6 is that 4-6. Okay, and so if I attempt to do some sort of weird flashiness with these, I don't know, maybe I'll make that a gray circle and that a gray X. So that's a gray circle and that's a gray X. And so the point here is that this is a different 4-6 from that 4-6. So one of these is next to a 3. And the other one that's not next to a 3, I guess, is next to a 2 or an 8. So I guess this is also a 2, 3, or 8. I guess is the point. So this is a 2, 3, or 8 as well. Sorry, no, this is a 2, 7, or 8. And this is certainly green, purple. Yes, this 2x2 doesn't have a green in it yet. So in fact, we actually know that this is green and this is purple. And that's purple because this 2x2 doesn't have the thing yet. This is assuredly a green-purple pair. I suppose I can fill in if I would like. And these are all actually green or purple. This digit, Vish asks where it goes on the renbon, and it has to go on the renbon there, because it needs to show up on the renbon, and can only be the 2, 7, 8 over there. Oh, yeah. The purple 278 is the point. Because these can't both be 2, so they're a 7, 8. Thank you, Vish. So purple is high, and therefore, because purple is high, or I guess the other way you could have said it is you could have said one of the greens is 3, which I even said out loud and then did not use. Therefore, we get that green is low. So we have that, and so this digit is a 9 by the row. Let's see. One of these two is green, I suppose. I do know none of these are green. So these are yellow. Wait, sorry. I know none of these are purple. These are all yellow-green. So I know one of those is purple, and I know one of those is purple is, I guess, the point. This cell's definitely yellow, points out Emma, because this 2x2 doesn't have a yellow. I agree. That cell is definitely yellow. Yes, this cell is a naked not yellow, points out Vish, because it sees 5 and it sees a 4-6 pair. So this isn't yellow. So this is purple or green. But it can't be purple because then there wouldn't be a yellow and a green on this. So you can't have 3 purples in the same 2x2. So it is green, and that is yellow. One of these 2 is green. This is assuredly not yellow. So this is purple or green. Because it does see all the triple of yellows. Okay, I agree these are yellow or green. They aren't purple anymore. Now, if they're yellow, it causes a problem, because if they're yellow, this 2x2 doesn't have a yellow in it. So they have to be green. And now that means the last purple is here, because these have to be a purple-yellow pair, and that's the last purple, and so that makes this yellow to finish off the box. So that's all the yellows in this column. For whatever that is worth. These are assuredly a yellow-purple pair, because that is how being next to 2 greens works in this puzzle. One of these 2 is green, I suppose. This cell sees every yellow, is the point from someone from Turbine, because it sees 4 and 6 in the row and 5 in the box. So this is not yellow, it's green, which means that this needs to be yellow in order for that to work. And that's all the yellows now, so that's not yellow, it's green. This is the other 4-6. It's the circly 4-6, if you prefer. So there's 2 4-6s over here. So that cell's purple. So in these 3 cells, just by Sudoku, there are 2 yellow cells. However, this 2x2 is missing a purple, and this 2x2 is missing a purple, but I can only fit 1 purple in all 3 of these cells, so therefore that's the purple. And these are both yellow. And these are my 4-6 pair. Which means that this X is not a 4-6 pair, of course. So this X is a green-purple kind of X. For sure. I know one of these is the 5. Because I need a yellow in here, and the only yellow available is 5. And I guess I know one of these is 5 as well if I want, but I do know that these are also from green and purple only. Oh, we have all the greens in row 4, has been pointed out. So therefore I'll put another one there. So that's green, or sorry, so that's purple. Let's see. We still need some yellows down here. We still need 2 yellows down here. Both 4 and 6. I don't think I quite know where they go yet. Although I guess what I do know is that this Renbon only has 1 yellow on it. But this thing only has 1 yellow on it, but I don't think that quite tells me what it is. Let's see. I know one of these is purple and one of these is green, but I don't think I know what to do with that yet. Oh, X in box 2 is placed. Thank you. And so now this sees a 4-6 pair, so it's a 5. So now this is that 4-6. Yes, I only get one yellow, and I need to take care of both this 2x2 and this 2x2. Points out M Nasty. So that cell is yellow. These are not yellow. They are purple. So this is yellow for this 2x2. This is green for this 2x2. And this is now, it's pointed out, because it has no purple, it's now a Renbon. And this isn't green because we've got all the greens in the column. So this is a green, this is a 3, and these are a 4, 5 to make this Renbon work. Oh, and we actually know the order. That's a 4 and that's a 5. And so this is a 6, that's a 4. And we can get rid of our X's and circles. Hey, XUS, hope you're doing well. Okay, I know one of these is a 9, but I refuse to mark that. But I can mark that that's a 6. That I will accept. I can mark that that's a 5. That I will accept. So this Renbon... Oh, it could be 5, 6, 7 still. Never mind. Oh, sorry. I don't know if this is a Renbon or not. Oh, I can fill in the black dots, is being pointed out. So that is a 2 and an 8. That is a 3 and a 7, which has made that an 8. So these are an 8, 9 pair. These are a 7, 9. 7 in box 5 via box 2. Oh, yeah, the 7. One of these two is a 7 because it's the only available purple digit, points out Matt Laffey. And so now where is the 7 going in here? It's certainly going there. So that's a 7. That's a 9. These are a 5 and a green, by the way, just for the sake of noting it. So that's a 9. This is a 7 or 8. So 1 or a 3. So that's a 1 or a 3. It's probably not worth marking. Okay, so this is from 2, 7, 2, 3, 7, 8, and that's not a 2, and that's not an 8, just for the record. Oh, these are an 8, 9 pair, points out David. Agree. That's right. None of these are yellow, is probably worth noting. So these are green or purple. And one of those is green, so there's no more greens over here. So these are yellow or purple. Laura has spotted that this cell needs to be green because of this 2 by 2. And so now this cell needs to be yellow because of this 2 by 2. And now this cell needs to be purple because of this 2 by 2. Okay, right. This cell's not yellow either. And so the point from Alima is what I was reaching for earlier, but I couldn't see why this cell couldn't be 6 earlier. But I do now. Neither of these cells is yellow, so this can't be a Renbon because it would need to have a 4 or a 6. So this is definitely entropic. This 2 by 2 needs a purple, points out Matt Laffey. This needs to be green by virtue of the entropy rule. Let's see. This is certainly yellow or purple. Do I know for sure it's not purple? Oh, right. Green and purple are high and low. So this could never be a Renbon because it would need a middle, but you can't have all 3 of those on there. So it's because I know that green and purple are high and low that I know this line is entropic. And therefore, this is middly. So this is a 4 or 5. Do I know for sure that one of these is yellow? Yes. So this cell's not yellow, at least. That's a 4-5 pair, has been pointed out, so that's not yellow, it's purple. And so that is the last purple, and it's a 7. And so that is not a 7. It is a 6, in fact. So now where's the last purple in row 1? There's only one spot, and it goes over there. So this is a -8 if you look at it. So these are a 7, 9. Feels like it would be a problem if I just put my 3 yellows here, but I'm not sure that it actually would be. The 7, 9 pair does indeed look left, making that an 8, making that a 9, making that a 9. There's a 4 in one of these 2 cells exactly, just by Sudoku and the magic of the Zackwing. This is a -5, points out Laura. Good. Let's see. These are a 1, 2 pair. I don't know if I really want to write that down, but I'm going to apparently. But I don't feel good about it. Okay, it's probably a global entropy point. Probably something like one of these 2 cells has to be green or something, but I don't actually know one of these is green. One of these 2 is definitely the yellow. This digit assuredly goes there. I agree. So that digit is a 3. Very nice. I mean, this is the other 7, 8. I don't think it's very profound. Do I know for sure that one of these is green? I'm not sure that I do. Uh, I do not know that these are well, I certainly don't know that they're purple-yellow pair, but I don't know anything about them other than that they're each green or purple. All I'm saying here is that these two cells aren't yellow because the 3 yellow cells are here. I'm not at all claiming that these are a pair. I'm just claiming that they're not yellow. I guess I know this is 1 or 3. I guess I've now resolved every line. Okay, Garion is arguing that these are, in fact, a purple-green pair. Because if they're both purple, it breaks the X. And if they're both green, it breaks global entropy. So these really are a pair of purple and green. So that's actually all the purples. And so these are actually a yellow-green pair. Is Garion's point. The yellow we knew was a 5 already. Okay, so the last green is assuredly in one of these two cells and assuredly in one of these two cells because we know one of these is green, that's green. And so this 2x2 and this 2x2 both need a green and it can only go there. So these are yellow, purple. And this is 1R2 and this is 1R2. So the green in here is 3. And so that means that this is not 3, 7. It is 8, 2. And so this is purple and this is green. Because of that, which is very nice. We can even place the 7, Nicholas points out, because the 7 is the last remaining purple digit. So this is the last remaining purple digit. And so this is the 3. These are a 1, 5, actually. So 9 and a 7. This digit probably can't be a lot of things. It can be a 2, it can't be a 3, it can't be a 4 or a 5, it can be a 6, it can't be a 7, 8, or 9. So this is only a 2 or a 6 for whatever that is worth. Now this 2x2, Lakia points out, sees that this cell has to be green. So it's not the 5. So this is the 5 and is yellow, which makes this the 1, which is not green. Which makes, wait. No, sorry. The 1 is green, which makes this the 5, which is not green. One of these two is definitely purple. One of these two is purple, and one of these two is purple, so that's all the purples in the row, in row 7, if you look at that 2x2 and that 2x2. So none of these are purple, and we know what color they all are. Okay, so that's all the yellows. And in fact, we even know that that's a 4 and that's a 5, and we know that that's the yellow 4 down there. It's a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 4. The last yellow down here is a 6, but this 2x2 needs a yellow and it can only go there. So that's my 6. We know what this cell is just by counting the column. Chat points out it's a purple. And it's a purple 8 even, which makes that a 9 and an 8. Which makes this cell not purple because it sees 7, 8, and 9 in a nice little formation there. Okay, and so now this isn't green because we've got all of our greens in the column. And so now this isn't purple because it's an entropic line. That's all the greens for the box, so this isn't green, it's purple. This cell is a naked not yellow because it sees 4, 5, 6, so that's the last yellow and is a 6. This cell is a naked not purple because it sees 7, 8, and 9, and it's not a yellow either. So this cell is green, which makes that cell purple by global entropy. Now that's all the purples for the row, so this isn't purple. This is a 7, by the way. And now this cell isn't purple because it sees all the cells, or sees all the values 7, 8, and 9. So that means this cell isn't green because we've now got all of those. So that's a 1, 2 pair. That seems to be a 7. Okay, that can't be purple, so my last purple in the grid has to go there. And now that has to be green. And now I've got all my greens in this column because that's a 2, and so this isn't green anymore. This is a 6. And so that is not yellow anymore. Okay, and so now we fill in some digits. That is a 3, that is a 2, that's a 1, that's a 9 and a 7. That's a 9 and an 8. That's a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 1 and a 3. This is a 3. Which makes this also a 1 or 2, I suppose. Oh, that makes that a 1. Makes that a 2 and a 1, and a 1 and a 2. These are a 2, 3 pair, and I know the order. And there we go. That is Entroban. That was quite nice. I enjoyed the ambiguity part especially was very nice with this rule set. But there were a lot of neat little steps in there, and it was all in all quite smooth. I still have no idea how anyone ever makes makes a global entropy puzzle. I'm assuming it involves a setter, but like a computer setting assistant. But even so, it still feels like it would be a nightmare to craft a solve path as clean as this one. Alrighty, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in just a moment with more puzzles. So see you all in just a moment. All right, welcome back, everyone. We are going to continue with our Octoquadri journey. So, for those of you who don't know, the Bookworm published several Octoquadri puzzle packs over on LMD, and we did those, and I really loved them, so I did all of them, which is not incredibly common, actually. But I did do all of them. And in those puzzle packs, the Bookworm credited Analytical Ninja with coming up with the idea of Octoquadri. So I asked last time if people could hunt down Analytical Ninja's Octoquadri because they are both mostly, at least, not posted on LMD. Laura did find some of them, but then I realized there was a much easier way to find what Analytical Ninja had done, which is I DM'd Analytical Ninja, and they happily sent me this PDF of their Octoquadri puzzles. So we are going to do their Octoquadri puzzles. What is an Octoquadri? It's a 4x4 puzzle that's kind of like a Mean Mini, except instead of containing 4 digits 4 times each, it actually contains 8 digits 2 times each. So basically you have to choose 1 digit to kick to the curb and then use the rest of the digits exactly twice each. The setting challenge that I'm going to have for you is to create your own little pack of Octoquadri puzzles. So if you've not been around for a setting challenge before, I have you set puzzles, and then you can test, or you can get your puzzles tested by other folks hanging around, and then ultimately there'll be a page where you can submit the puzzles, and then I'll do them on stream. So do be sure they get tested. Try to make them so that they're of, we'll say, reasonable difficulty. If I said pack because they're sort of short, so if you want to do something that's like a 4 puzzle pack, that is acceptable. But if you do so, please keep the difficulty so that don't create 4 or 5-star 4x4s, please. But that is that. So we're going to hop over to the first of the puzzles. Now, the Bookworm, who is here, by the way, did warn me, Analytical Ninja did warn me that these were going to be considerably easier than the later puzzles that the Bookworm had made. So we probably should have done these in a different order. But there we go. But anyway. I've quite enjoyed these, so I want to see more of them, and I know all the previous setting challenges I've done have led to cool things, so I'm hoping this will also lead to cool things. Okay. So here, I believe, I did finish your pack, the Bookworm. I think I've done every one you've published, unless you've secretly published additional ones, but I did finish the 4th one of your last pack last time, I believe. This digit has to be a 9, because the minimum I can make this arrow sum to is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, which is 9. So we have a 1, 2, 3 there and a 1, 2 there. That is a thing. So now this arrow, or this black dot, can't have a 1 or a 2 on it because we've used all the 1s and 2s in the puzzles. And so, therefore, this can only be 3, 6, or 4, 8. Now, that one's certainly not 8, because it would make that one a second 9. So that one's not 4. Likewise, this one can only be 3, 6, or 4, 8. It is true, this only goes with 8, 9. Let's see. These are consecutive is interesting. I know there's exactly one more 3 in the grid. I know one of those two is a 9, I guess, because I don't think there's anywhere else I could put a 9, because I certainly can't put a 9 here. This digit is at least as big as 3. So, like, this can't be anything other than 7 or 8. Oh, so this can't be a... Oh, this... No, this can't be a 6. 6 would be too big, because this number is at least 3. And 6 plus 3 is already too big, so this can't be a 6, so that can't be a 3. So this is a 6 or an 8, this is a 3 or a 4. And now, because of the way arrows work, this is at most 8, this is at least 3, so this is at most 5, so this is only 3, 4, or 5. And in fact, there's definitely a 3 on this arrow, and that 3 is the last 3 in the puzzle, because there's a 3 over here and a 3 over here. So this is not 3, 6. This is 4, 8. And so this digit is consecutive with this one. And as Vish points out, if this is a 3, that's a huge problem, because if this is a 3, this digit can't be 2 because there's already a 2 in the box, and it can't be 4 because that would break this cell. So this is not the 3, this is the 3. So that's a 3 and a 6. Oops. So that 4, 8 does look up, I agree. So that makes that a 9 and a 1, like that. Let's see. So we've used 1, 2, 3, 4. What digit are we missing? Oh, I guess, okay, there's the easier question. Where's the last 6? Because I need a second 6. It can only go here. 4, 8. And then we've just got to figure out what is missing. So I've got 2 8s, 2 9s, 2 3s. I still need a 4, and I still need a 5. There we go. Very nice. These are Analytical Ninjas puzzles. We did Bookworms last time. But these are the original ones, I believe. At least I think this genre is original. Okay, so now we have boxed. Adjacent digits on the gray line must either be consecutive or have a 1-to-2 ratio. Cells separated by an X sum to 10. Cells separated by a black dot have a 1-to-2 ratio, and cells separated by a white dot contain consecutive digits. Okay, very interesting. It is a very weird rule set in the best possible way. Huh. I guess I can't have a 1 anywhere on this line, right? Because if I have a 1 on the line, it's going to immediately connect to 2 2s. And that's not good if the 1 connects to 2 2s. Because that will be 2 2s that are either in the same box or in the same row or in the same column. So at the very least, I can say that these are certainly from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But 9 has assuredly the same problem. Oops. Where if I put a 9 anywhere on this line, then I have an issue, which is that I can't put the 9 anywhere. Okay, so now I can't leave both 1 and 9 out of the puzzle. So in this square, there are either 2 1s or 2 9s. And conveniently, that means this X always has a 1 or a 9 on it, but an X with a 1 or a 9 on it has 2 1s and 9s on it. So in fact, these are a 1 9 pair, and that's the 1, and these are the 9s, and that's the 2. And now that makes that a 3 by the white dot. 1 or 9 has to be in the puzzle because I only get to leave out one digit, ELSF, and I can't leave out both and I need 2 of every digit that's in the puzzle. So I need A1 or A9, which means that I then end up with both, no matter how that makes me feel. There's a 3, there's a 2. Okay, so this is a 4 or a 6, I suppose. It's not a 5, 7, or 8. This is only a 4. That seems like probably the place I would have started if I'd have been psychic. Okay, so this 4 now only goes next to 5 or 8, so no 6 or 7. Let's see, no 4 over here. I kind of feel like 7 is what I'm going to leave off, but maybe not. Let's see. Oh, if I just keep looking at the sort of percolation here, this can only be 6 or 7. Chat has done the math for me because if this is an 8, then this would have to be a 4 or a 7, and if this is a 5, then this would have to be a 4 or a 6. So that only actually leaves me a 6 or 7 here. I'm trying to be slightly more systematic than just percolating my pencil marks all the way around the grid, because that sounds likely to be unpleasant. Though I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do instead of that. But the break-in was so nice, it feels to me like I probably am trying to do something smarter than that. Like, is what I'm trying to prove that I have to have a 7? Like, I think I have to have a 7 on the line, because if I don't, then 8 only connects to 4. And I definitely have... Oh, maybe I just don't have an 8. Is what I'm trying to prove that there's no 8 on the line? Because maybe that's what I'm trying to prove, because I definitely have a 7. If I don't have a 7, that's a big problem. No, I need to have an 8, because the 7 needs 2 things to go next to. So both 7 and 8 need 2 things to go next to, which means that 6 is also on the line. So we've now said 1, 2, 3, 4 are on the line, and 6, 7, 8, 9 are in the puzzle. Doesn't that mean 5 is the only digit that's left? Yeah, we've now argued that 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all in the puzzle. So therefore, this is not a 5. This is an 8. And so that is the 7. Okay, good. I'm glad we did not just continue putting marks around the puzzle. That would have probably killed me. That is a 6. Okay, the 6 goes next to 3 or 5. Let's see. I still need a second 6 somewhere. Oh, right, but there's no 5s in the grid. Right. Thank you. And now this can only be a 2. Yeah, it would help if I just removed all the 5 pencil marks. That would be smart. This can now only be a 2. Now 2 only connects to 4 out of those. The 4 only connects to 8 out of those. The 8 only connects to 7 out of those, and then the 7 connects back to 6. Very nice. I liked how you could figure out what digit had to be missing. Like, it really surprised me that you could figure out what digit had to be missing, but actually the structure here was super nice. Okay, let's see. We've got the region sum line here. Okay, well, these are assuredly from 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is assuredly from 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess the minimum sum possible is 9, and it has to be 9, because we could do 6, 1, 2 over here. That sums to 9, but it's a one-cell sum, so it's got to be 9. And so therefore that is a 6. These are a 1, 2 pair, but we actually know the order. Hey, AFK, how are you doing? Okay. Okay, so I need these 3 to sum to 9, and I need these 3 to sum to 9. I feel like we did this exercise before. Funnily enough, yeah, we need to use all... we did do this exercise before. We need all of 1, 2, and 3 twice each just to make 3 different sums of 1, 2, 3. So that means that none of the other digits in the puzzle are 1, 2, 3. Now, I will take chat's point that we can actually place the other 9 over there. This isn't a 5 or a 7. Those aren't a 6. That's not a 4. In fact, we know there's no more 6s in here for what it's worth, because we know there's not a second 1, 2, 6. So this isn't a 4, therefore. So this is a 4 or a 3 are the only options here. If this is a 4, then these are a 2, 3. That does work. Oh, sorry, that's an X. You're correct. That is an X. Sorry, this is 2 or 4, and then this is 3 or 4. Okay, and so we've got 2 of 2, 3, 4 is the point. And if you've got 2 of 2, 3, 4, and your sum is 9, the last one is the last of 2, 3, 4. So we've got that. So that's my last 4 in the grid. So there's no 4 up here because we've now got 2 4s. This is a 1, 3, 5, so it's that order. So now there needs to be a 5 up here. Now there's no 7 in the puzzle because this is the only box that allows a 7. So these are 5, 8, and that is a 6. Which now means that is an 8 and a 4. No, sorry, 8 and 2 and 4 and 3. So that's 5 and 3. That is 5 and 8. Very nice, very nice. I like that one a lot. We saw this. I'm guessing the bookworm liked this one a lot as well because we saw this set up with the 3 different ways to sum to 9 in several of the bookworm's puzzles, which did work out quite nicely. Okay, now we've got our German whispers. These 2 need to be a high and a low, which puts some pressure on the German whispers, because these can't be 3, 6, for example, because they would both be 3, and 3 and 3 don't differ by enough. So this is certainly a 1, 2, 4, 8 kind of deal, without the 1, 8 in the middle. And neither of them can be 1. Because if they were missing, if it was 1, then it would go 1, 2, 4, and that wouldn't work. And so now I need the set to be 2, 4, 8, but the 4 is in the middle of 2 and 8. So that's the 4. Okay, now if this is a 2, that's going to cause a real problem with the 1, 3 in the box, because I'm going to have to put 2 lows next to each other, given that I need to put a 1 and a 3. So that's the 8, and that's the 2. Now we know where the 1, 3 go. This is also high, and it's next to a 3, so it can only be a 9, which makes that a 1, which makes that a 3 and a 1, like that. That is all the 1s that I get for the rest of time. This needs to be a high digit, but if you look at it, it can't be an 8 or a 9 because that would need to be a 1 or a 2, and it can't be a 6 because 6 is not far enough away from 2. So actually this is only a 7 and a 3. Okay, so this is the other 2, actually. Yeah, I agree that 5 has to be the missing digit by uniqueness because there are no constraints that will let you sort it out. The challenge can include collabs. I accept collabs as a valid form of communication. These aren't 3, 7, so these can only actually be 4, 6. And 4 is the only one that goes there. So that is a 9. And so that is the last 9. This is, let's see, it can't, this could be an, oh, it's got to be an 8, because 8 is the only digit that can go here. Even if this were a Sudoku puzzle, 8 is the only digit that can go there. Okay, so now, oh, we've got a 6, 7, and an 8, I am being told. So that is a 6 to be the other 6 for the puzzle. We've got 2 8s, so that's a 7. Very nice. These all feel so smooth. There's one coming up with what appears to be a 12 long Renbon that I am very curious about what is going on with. Is this X-sums? No, they're parody party. Oh, pour one out for Glum Hippo. Clues outside the grid are parity party clues and give the sum of the digits up to and including the first even digit or up to and including the first odd digit from that side. Single digit clues might give the first digit only. Okay, so this needs to be at least 3, assuredly. By the 15 clue. Oh, wait, sorry, no, sorry. This clue needs to be at least 3 long, is what I should say. It doesn't need to be at least 3, because it's not an X-sum. I keep trying to make it an X-sum. Whereas the 21 needs to be at least 3 long. It could be 7 and 8. That would be perfectly fine. Well, it wouldn't be fine because of the 6. So it could be 7 and 8 except for the 6. So it's assuredly at least 3 long. I'm curious if I can figure out what about this 7 we can do. Right. If this can't be too long, that means these two are the same parity. I agree with that, because if these two aren't the same parity, then it would be too long. Likewise, these two are the same parity. I don't know what that parity is, but I know they're the same parity, because otherwise I'd be making this sum in 2. And that doesn't sound good to me. Could never do 14 in 2 either, because you can't do an even number in 2. So these are each also, those are the same parity and these are the same parity. Maybe I just need to use a gray line instead of yellow is probably a smart idea. So these are the same parity, these are the same parity, these are the same parity. Just as each other across the gray line, not anywhere beyond that in the grid. Yeah, so I guess if this is, I could do something like 4 2 1 and then 4 3 seems plausible to me for the 7 if I'm not doing 7 there. Of course, 7 there would be very nice. See. Okay, what am I supposed to see now? Oh, if this is 2, 4, 1, then it breaks the 15. Is that the claim? Yeah, or that could be 2, 4, 1. I don't quite see that yet. Let's see. And I know both of these sums go down at least to there. So the sum of these cells is at most 26, which is interesting, at least a little bit, I suppose. Well, it can't be 3 odd digits. Yeah, maybe the 21 is more restricted than I'd given it credit for. Yeah, it could be 3 evens and an odd, perhaps. Hey, Analytical Ninja, welcome. Let's see. Does that mean this cell is always odd? I'm not sure. So maybe the question is, so this 12 sum needs to have 2 odds in it, right? There's no way the 12 sum has no odds in it, because then it would then it would be 1 cell long. And so it certainly needs an even number of odds. But it can't have multiple odds and multiple evens. So therefore, these are both odd, right? I think that's the punchline, right? These are both odd for sure. Yeah, the even sums have to end in an even, I guess, is a nice way to put it. Yeah, so likewise, this needs to have an even number of odds, and so therefore these are also both odd. And so therefore my 9 needs to be 3 cells long, I guess is the point. Oh no, unless this is actually a 9. Yeah, I think 21 starts with 2 evens. Because if these are both odd, then these are both odd. And now I've got these 2 columns of the grid summing to 26. Oh, you can't even... yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, the 9 has to be 1 cell long. That's what I was also coming to the conclusion of. Because if the 9 ends with an even, then the sum is the wrong parity, because it's odd plus even, unless it's odd plus odd plus even, but the 9 is not 4 long. So the 9 is 1 long, which makes that a 1 and that a 2. which makes this also even. And I can't make these two sum to enough without making this also even. So therefore that's odd, and this sum goes across the whole way. So we can say that so these are a minimum of 3, 5. There's definitely a 3 in them, I can say, because if there's not a 3 in them, then these would sum to a minimum of 12, which would require this to be a second 2. This can't be 8 because these sum to a minimum of 8. I agree. So this is 4 or 6. Well, that digit's surely not a 9. Neither of those digits is a 9. That digit's not a 9. That digit's not a 9. These aren't 9. There are only a handful of places for 9, but I don't think any of them are I don't think it's useful yet. Your point about the 6 is that the 1 in the row tells me what happens, 57 thorns. So, the 6 can't be 2 evens because that's not a valid combination. So it's either 3 long or it's 1 long, and it now has to be 1 long. And if it's 1 long, then it's a 6. Right. And so now... Right, because now the top 7 would need to be 3 long if it ended here, but then it would end in 1, which it can't. So this can only be a 2 long 7 sum. It's not 1 long, Vish is saying, because 7 isn't even. So it's a 2 long 7 sum. I agree. So we're either 2, 5 or we're 4, 3 are the options. Okay, and so now these are either 2, 6 into a 7. There's no way this is a 7. Because if this is a 7, it assuredly breaks the double 7 clues. So it's got to be 4, 6 into a 5 is what this has to be. So now the question is, can this be 7? I guess maybe the easiest thing to do is to ask what is the sum of these two, which is 14. And so it's got to be 6 and 8. So we've got all the even numbers in here. So 2, 4, 1 seems like a possibility, or just a regular 7 seems like a possibility here. Okay, now this needs to be 3 and something else. 3 and 5. And so the point is, now that this is a 3-5 pair, I know that this is not a 5 because I've got another 5 in the puzzle. So that's a 3, that's a 5, and that's a 3. I know one of these two is an 8 for whatever it's worth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Okay, yeah, we do have everything except 7 in the grid. Right, so therefore, this is in fact a 2. That's not a 2. Let's try again. There we go. This is in fact a 2, which makes these be which makes this be 4 and 1 by our previous work. That needs to be my last 8. And this needs to be my last 9. Very nice. That one was a slow burn, but very nice. Let's see. Oh, we've got a Fog of War 4x4. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think we've got all the normal stuff here. So if this is a 2 or a 4. Thank you. 1, 2, 4, 8. So a 1 here would make that a 9. A 2 here would make that... Well, 2 here doesn't work because it would put 2 8s in the grid, so that can't be a 2. This would be 4, 2, 1, and that would be a 6. And this would be... An 8 doesn't work either because it would be 8, 4, 2, but it would also put a 2 there. So this is only 1 or 4, and both of those only connect to 2. So we get that, and so we have another 1, 4 over here, I believe, to surround my 2. Is this a between line? What is this? Or is this an arrow? If this is a 4, 6, then this is a 1, 2 pair on the black dot, I'm noticing, which would be all the 1, 2s for the grid. It is an arrow. Okay, so I'm guessing the point here is I can't do that thing I just said. If I make this a 4 and a 6, now this black dot can only be 1, 2, and now my arrow has 3 digits on it that are each at least 3, and they would sum to 3, 3, and 4, and that doesn't work. So therefore, this is not 4, 6. This has to be 1, 9, and 4 there. Because I don't know which of these is the circle, but whichever of them there is, there's one end of the arrow that is not a circle. Okay, and so now... It'd be 2 or 4, yeah. Garion points out I can actually upper bound this by quite a bit, because this can't be as high as 4 or 5. So this is from 2, 3, 4, and that one can't be a 2. So there's definitely a 3 on here. In one of these spots. Now, if this is a 3, then that's going to be a 4, and that's going to be a 2 for sure. Right. This black dot can't be 2, 4, AFK is noticing. Because if it's 2, 4, then we've used all the 2 4s, and then we don't have anything to join with our 3. So this is only 3, 6, or 4, 8 are the only options. If this is the circle, then the sum of the arrow has got to be, I guess, 8. Doesn't that just not work? Now, if this is an 8, it works out quite well, I think. If this is a 2, then I guess both of these have to be 3s. Oh, we could do... six, possibly? Maybe we could get away with 6. Okay, I agree this just can't be 3. Because if this is a 3, that's a 6. And the 6 can neither be on the arrow nor the circle of the arrow, because then this would be a 4. So this is never the 3, which means this is always the 3. So this is 1, 3, 5, I suppose. I guess these... Am I sure the circle isn't there, Laura? Maybe the circle is here. Okay, we've used 1, 2, 3, 4. We haven't yet used a 5 or a 6 or a 7 or an 8, I suppose. So we've got a little bit of optionality. This number I know is at most 4. And it's not seemingly a 3 or a 4. But these sum to already at least 5. So this is actually only able to be another 1 or a 2. So that's an 8 or a 9. I don't have a 1 in box 3. Ah, right. This can't be 2, 1, points out Garion. Because if this was 2, 1, then it would break that cell together with those. So this is either 2, 4, or it could be 4, 2, or it could be 4, 8. So this is always a 2, 4, or 8, I suppose. Oh, yeah, 2, 4 breaks immediately. That's true. 2, 4 definitely does not work, because if it's 2, 4, then these 3 sum to 9, and there's no way to make that work, because this can't be the circle. So actually, this digit just is an 8, which makes that a 4, which seems to make that a 1 and a 9. Okay, this can't be an 8, because I've used all my 4s. That can't be a 4. So these are a 3, 6 pair. And so that is all the 3s in the puzzle. So that makes that a 5. This can't be a 3 because then there would be neither a 2 nor a 4 available. So that is a 6 and a 3. And this is a 5 or a 7. However, I suspect 7 is my missing digit. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 8, and 9. 7 is my missing digit, so that is a 5. The last 6 goes there. The last 8 goes there. And funnily enough, the last digit we're placing is a 2, believe it or not. That's not a very common last digit to be placing in such a puzzle. Okay, this is the one that I looked at and was like, what on earth could possibly be the rules here? This is a run-on renbon, which means any 5 adjacent cells along the line must contain a sequence of 5 consecutive digits in any order without repeats. Cells separated by a V sum to 5, and cells separated by an X sum to 10. Did I not place the last 8? I placed the last 8. I think we're okay. Okay, these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, assuredly. These don't include a 5. These don't include a 5. Trying to figure out the fact that we need a 5 in every length 5 renbon is probably going to place a 5 right away, because there needs to be a 5 in those cells, and there needs to be a 5 in these cells. So none of these are 5, of course, and that's not 5. Thank you, Analytical Ninja. It definitely helps that I did the bookworms first. I can promise you when I did the first pack of the bookworms, it was not this smooth because I did not know what I was doing and I was not used to seeing things like, oh, I have 2 5s or whatever. I've gotten a little bit more used to it. But yeah, I need a 5 in there. And I need a 5 in here. I don't think there is a link to this AFK. I got sent a PDF for it. I'm not sure where the PDF is posted. So I do not, unfortunately, have a link for this. Maybe Analytical Ninja can provide a link to it. I was just content to have a PDF. So yeah, I know none of these are 5. Okay, so if I know none of these are 5, then that means that this digit exactly is a 5, right? Because I said, basically, if I think about where the 5s are, I need a 5 in there and I need a 5 in here. Well, you don't have any 5s on X's, so we can take that out. However, now I know none of these are 5s, but this is a length 5 string that needs a 5, so therefore that digit's a 5 at the very least. So that's at least something. And so my other 5 is now going to be here, if you look at it, because now that string of 5 needs a 5. Okay, so there are our 5s. And so that is all the 5s in the grid. How long is this Renbon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's 13 long. Interesting. That is true. This X can only be 3, 7, or 4, 6 because it is part of a length 4 Renbon. So I agree that this is 3, 7, or 4, 6. This is not on the Renbon, so it does not count. Okay, and if this were 3, 7, then I would need a 4, 6. Well, if this is 3, 7, I would need these two to be 4, 6, and I would need these two to be 4, 6. And that feels like that's going to cause problems. It's definitely going to cause problems. Yeah, so if this is 3, 7, then this length 5 Renbon needs a 4, 6 here, and this length 5 Renbon needs a 4, 6 here. But now I have to make a length 5 Renbon down here that has 0 4, 6s in it. And I cannot have any, I cannot have 0 4, 6s. Alternatively, Emma has a much easier problem, which is that if this were 3, 7, this would be a 4, 6 pair, one of which is on an X, and the other of which is not, which would also be a pretty big problem. So, therefore, this is a 4, 6. Now, I know there's a 4 or 6 down here. And a 4 or 6 in here. I was trying to rule 4 off of this is what I was trying to do, but I don't think I quite can. Oh, it's from Patreon. Okay. That makes sense. I was curious where it was. Well, sorry for real life getting in the way, Analytical Ninja. It does often do that, sadly. Okay, so these two cells are not 4, 6. Because they share this 4, 6 with this Renbon, and you can't repeat on a Renbon. So these aren't 4, 6. Uh, that guarantees that one of these is for sure 4 or 6. Uh, uh, let's see. These are certainly not 3-7. That's true because of this thing. Uh, let's see. Uh, yeah, I was trying to avoid the mod 5 thing because it feels like it's probably overkill-ish. I'll use it if I have to. Uh, uh, if there's a 4 on this V, then that's all the 4s in the puzzle, and all of these digits are from 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that a problem? It's a lot of 6, 7, 8, 9s. Uh, uh, so 9 out of the 9 cells. Uh, let's see. Row 1 and 2. Column 1 or 2, 3, or 7, 8 breaks the next Renbon. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so let's think about this. So if these are 2, 3, then they would need to be joined by a 4. From the top right Renbon first. Yeah, you're saying if these are a 2, 3 pair, not seeing what breaks. Uh, yeah, I agree I can't have 1 and 9 next to each other on the Renbon. Uh, Right. I can't get to 1 or 9. I agree with that. These are just from 2, 3, 7, 8. I agree, because they need to go on a Renbon with these very middly digits. And likewise, these need to be same deal. These are 5 of 2, 3, 7, 8. Is interesting. Uh, uh, yeah, the only we could have like a double 1 there, seems like a possibility maybe. Although I feel like that would do weird things with 4s. Uh, the fact that these are opposites is interesting. Like these being 3, 7 feels likely to cause a problem to me. Does it cause an immediate problem? See, I'm being told this is also... I don't see why this can't be 1, 9. In fact, I think this has to be 1. Oh, I guess this is 1, 9 or 4, 6. I don't think this can possibly be 2, 3, 7, 8. You do not get a Renbon if you take 1, 5, 1, 4, 6, and 3, 2, 3, 7, 8s. So this cell definitely is not 2, 3, 7, 8, actually, I think. Right, if you want to have both flavors of 2, 3, 7, 8, then you need both 4 and 6. So this is either 4, 6 or 1, 9. Other row 4, column 3. The other row 4, column 3. This is row 3, column 3. This is the part of Octoquadri I'm really terrible at, is somehow my brain just completely screws up the row column labels. Okay, so saying this is also 2, 3, 7, 8. I don't see why yet. The other row 4, column 3. Oh, this row 4, column 3. I see this row 4, column 3. Why should this be 2, 3, 7, 8? Let's see. Oh, people are still doing the mod 5 thing. I was really trying to avoid that. It feels gratuitous. If row 4, column 2 is from 2, 3, 7, 8, then both row 1, column 4, then this is... Right. This absolutely isn't 2, 3, 7, 8 for the same reason this one wasn't, right? This Renbon needs this Renbon would need both 4 and 6 if I made this a 2, 3, 7, 8. So this isn't 2, 3, 7, 8. So this is 1, 4, and 6, 9. Let's see. I certainly agree this is from 1469. Yeah, I agree with that. That was sort of what I was going to go with if I couldn't find something better, Garion. That was exactly how I was going to go with this, if needed. Yeah, this cell just can't. I guess the easier thing to see is that if this cell is a 4, 6, then this cell is neither 4 nor 6 because it sees a 4, 6 pair in a funny sort of way. And so that would make this Renbon need to be extreme. And this Renbon need to be extreme, except the Renbons are extreme and they would have to be the opposite extremes is the problem. So I definitely agree this is not 4, 6. And I think you can see that by noticing that if this is a 4, 6, this cell sees a 4, 6 pair. And that's a problem because now that means this Renbon, this length 5 Renbon, and this length 5 Renbon both only have 1, 4, 6 on them. So they're both extreme, but they're opposite extremes. But that's a big problem because if they're opposite extremes, they should not have 4 cells in common. So this isn't 4, 6. This is 1, 9. And so now this Renbon needs a 4, 6, and that 4, 6 goes there. And now this Renbon needs 2, 2, 3, 7, 8s because it's got a 1, 9 on it. Because that is how having a 1, 9 goes. And so these 2, 3, 7, 8s are the same as those 2, 3, 7, 8s. I can color those. And so these are all copies of this digit. And so therefore, these are the other ones. The other 2, 3, 7, 8s, if you will. And so we have that. So if these are 2, 3 and these are 2, 3, that probably works. Oh yeah, if this is 1, it super breaks the V, right? Because if this is 1, it makes these 2, 3 and uses all the 2, 3s in the grid. So this does have to be a 9 with a 7, 8. And so these are a 2, 3. Over there. Right. This is a 6 because otherwise we don't make our life work. And so this is a 4 because otherwise we don't make our life work. And so this is a 1, 4. This is a 2, 3. This is not a 6. Okay, and so this is not a 9 anymore. In fact, it just is a 4 because I need that to be a Renbon and do Renbon things. And that is going to get resolved by this because now this has to be a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in that order in order to make the Renbons work. It's 8 and that is 7, and now my last digit is the last 9. We got there. Okay. Let's have a look at Scoop. So we have normal thermometer, cell separated by a V, sum to 5, cell separated by a black dot, have a 1 to 2 ratio. And the gray square is a min. I'll write a blue there. Okay, so we will do our good lifting first. Also, that's probably not a 5. And funnily enough, this is always a 4-6. That is hilarious. This is always a 4-6 pair. Which means this cell can't be 6, because this cell definitely sees the 6 in this 4-6 pair. And this can't be 4, because it definitely sees the 4 in this 4-6 pair, perhaps more easily. Let's see. This is a 7, 8, 9. These are a 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue is assuredly, let's see. Blue can't be larger than 4, right? And there's a 4 on the box. So blue is from 1, 2, 3, which does mean this cell can't be a 3, because this would go 3, 2, 1, and that wouldn't work. So that's a 5, which makes that a 6 and a 7 and a 4. Which makes that an 8 and a 9. Okay, so that's a 2 or a 3 and a 7 or an 8. This isn't a 2 anymore, of course. Welcome back, David. Okay. The 4-6s couldn't go the other direction because this 6 needs to be bigger than this 5, is what happened, Laura. Oh, I can place the second 6. Yep, you're right. The second 6 by Sudoku, of all things, can only go here, which makes that a 3 and a 2, which makes that a 4 and a 3 and a 7. And we have 1 as our missing digit now. So this is a 2, because I think we've got everything else. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. And so now we've got all of our 2s. Let's see. We need another 9. We need another 8, which goes there. We need another 9, which goes there. And we need another 5, which goes there. Very nice. That one for me was one of the easier ones. I'm not sure, but if these are intended to be ordered by difficulty, I would have put that one earlier. I'm not sure if they're intended. Maybe they're in like alphabetical order or something. Let's see, corral. I think this one was actually posted to LMD. Oh, now this one we have a greater than set or cell. And a between line? Yes, we have a between line here. So if this is a between line, then we need these to be 2, 8, 3, 7 or 4, 6. If this were 2, 8, then this would need to be 3, 6. Oh, still not on LMD. The puzzles are in the order you created them, and that is fair. That is a very good order to put things in. This is also from 2, 3, 7, 8. However, sorry, 4, 5, 6. 4, 6. But there's no 7s on this one, so there's no 3s on it. Because of this. Oh yeah, that's true. Like, what cells could be 9? I think the cells that can be 9, Garian's point is, are here. And we cannot have 2 9s in these cells, kind of funnily, because if we tried to put 2 9s in these cells, they would have to go here and here, but that's a problem because then I would need to make all the digits on the line strictly between 9 and 9. And if you do a quick count, you need at least 4 digits along the line. You could actually improve that bound a little bit because you can only use each thing twice. So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this is 9 digits. So you need at least 5 digits between 9 and 9, and you could just count, and there aren't that many. So actually, there is no there is no 8, or sorry, there's no 9, so therefore there's no 8 on the on here. Oh, sorry, that one I can't do that with. This one I can. That one I can't. So this is from 3, 4, or 6, 7. That is a good point. Yeah, we can ask just where does this ketchup go in the grid? There's a second ketchup somewhere. And several people have noticed actually by Sudoku and between line stuff, it actually has to go there. And where does this marmalade go? The second marmalade needs to go there. Yeah, so we've got that. So in particular, the high digit had better be an 8, or we're going to have some significant issues, I think. Oh, right. I could remove half of the 2, 8, for sure. So this number is 4, 6, or 8. Now, it can't actually be 4, because remember we said we need at least 5 digits on the line, and if this were a 4, there would not be at least 5 digits on the line. And in fact, if this were a 6, there would not be at least 5 digits on the line. It would be at most 4. So in fact, red dot is 8. And so that digit is a 2. And so now orange circle is 1 because there's a 2 on the between line. So that's a 1 and that's a 2. Okay. This white dot needs to be a 7 because it needs to actually fit on the between line. This black dot needs to be a 4 because that's how between lines work. This is a 4 because that's how between lines work. I've now used both 4s. So now this is a 3, 7. And that is the order in which 3 and 7 live. Let's see. And so now we've used both 1s, both 2s. We still need an extra 3. We've used both 4s. We need 2 5s still, actually. We need 2 6s, right? So if we need 2 5s and 2 6s and we've got none of them, that makes those a 5, 6 pair. And if we need 2 5s and 2 6s, that means this digit's at least 6, and it can only be 6 because it sees 7 and 8, and there's no 9 in the puzzle. So that gives me a 5 and a 6. That makes that a 5, and this is the other one that I needed, which is the second 3, I want to say. Very good. That one was very smooth. I really liked the spot about how I couldn't fit 9 in the grid, but then I think it turned out that was basically irrelevant because you could instead just ask to place the circles, which I also liked. But I think we found 2 mutually exclusive things that I really liked in terms of ways to break into the puzzle. Okay, we have 3 more to go. What on earth is happening here? Normal 4x4 Sudoku rules do not apply. Oh, right. At first I was like, oh, wait, what's happening? But I realized it has said that at the beginning of the rules of every one of these. So this is standard Octoquadri rules. Digits cannot repeat within a cage and sum to the small number in the corner if given. Oh, okay, I see. This is just an 8-cell cage even. Okay. Oh, right. 8 is the most cells that a cage can be. Because of this. So actually 8 means it contains everything. And so this digit needs to show up in the cage, so it shows up there. So those 2 are the same, is my conclusion as I have slowly come to understand what is happening in the world. Cells separated by a white dot are consecutive. Cells separated by a black dot must have a 1-to-3 ratio. Okay, so these aren't 3, 6 is what you were telling me. Oh, no, they could be 3, 6. Sorry, no, never mind. Sorry, 3, 6 don't have a 3-to-1 ratio. 3, 6 have a 2-to-1 ratio. So yeah, so there's a few different ways to make 9. I know none of these digits show up in common. So these 2 digits, if I look where they go in the big cage. They have to show up there in the big cage. Oh, okay. Vish has a really clever spot, which is that there are no repeats outside the cage either. And so this is a 5-cell sum. Oh, sorry. I don't know what a 5. I thought I knew that a 5-cell sum to 20 was immediately something, but I don't think I do know immediately what it is. But you know what? We'll figure it out. At least one of these 2 digits shows up over there. Okay, I do know that this is sort of a 3-digit sequence. Oh yeah, this sum is 29. I see. So I know what these 7 digits are. Because 7 sums to a minimum of 28, which is if you take 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I am going to make it sum to 29, I need to do that. So that's 7 of the 8 digits in the grid live there. Now I took out the 7, so there's also no 2 inside my 9 cage. So we've got at least that. Also, there's no 2 inside this 9 cage. Also, I can't put an 8 on this 3 dot or a 5 on the 3 dot or a 4 on the 3 dot. And so this is either a 1, a 3, or a 2, or a 9, I guess, are the options. Except it can't be 9 because I know this digit isn't purple. So this digit is one of these. So this is definitely not 9 because of that. So this is 1, 2, or 3 only. Oh yeah, purple I know is one of the 2 digits not present. So purple's only 7 or 9. That probably helps. So this digit is not probably 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It is 6 or 8 only, which means these 2 need to sum to at most 5, so they don't have 5, 6, or 8 in them. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4 only. Let's see. So this is either 9, 8, 7, or it's 7, 6, 5, or it's 7, 8, 9. I guess this is 5, 7, 9 only. Oh, but we can't do 7, 8, 9 is the point, because that would put 2 digits in the puzzle that we can't have both of in the puzzle. We know that there's only one of 7 and 9 in the puzzle, so this can't be an 8. Because I know these 2 can't be equal because one of them is purple and the other isn't purple. So this is a 6. Which seems to make purple a 7. Very nice, very nice. So no 6s seem to live over here, so no 3s live over here. No 6 there, so no 2 there either. These are a 1, 3 pair. So this is 6 or 8 only. Oh, there's no 9s in the puzzle, so therefore this is a 5. Also, 9 and 6 aren't consecutive, so this is a 5. Take your pick. This is a 6 or... No, there's no 6s outside the cage, right? Because the only other 6 is in the cage, so this is an 8 and a 1 and a 3. Because remember, the digits outside the cage don't repeat. Hey, Directionary, how are you doing? These are a 4, 5. Let's see. Okay, so this is only able to be a 3 given the 4, 5 pair in the box. So that's a 3, a 4, and a 5. This is a 2. Let's see. This can't be a 6. Oh, sorry. No, this could be a 6. Oh, it can't be a 4. Let's do it that way. Okay, I know I need 1 of 1 and 8 up here. let's see. I've used all my 3s. Oh, this can only be an 8. Okay, so what else do I need to fit in here? I definitely need a 1. It needs to go up there somewhere. Let's see. I need to get a 2 in the cage somewhere. I need to get, let's see, I've got a 3. I need to get a 4 in the cage somewhere. So it's 1, 2, 4 is what's left. And so that is the 1, the 4, and the 2. Very nice. Alrighty, we're nearing the end of these. Larger than it looks. You are, for the setting challenge, welcome to slightly modify the rules if you would like to do something like include zeros. Unless your name is Andrew Sarkis, then you can't include zeros. Yeah, the cage geometry of that was super fun. The just even the immediate reaction of, whoa, this can't be possible. Something strange must be going on. But in fact, it's not something strange is going on. It's just that you can have an 8-cell cage in an Octoquadri. Yes, I set a setting challenge to make your own little mini pack of Octoquadri. That was my setting challenge. Okay. So yes, digits sum to the normal or to the number shown. Okay, so I guess they probably want us to do math about what the sum of all the digits in the grid is, huh? Okay, so these sum to 20, 42, 53, 68 is what these sum to. So that's not super exciting, right? I don't think that's super exciting. I was hoping it was going to be to 88 is what I was hoping for. That is what I was crossing my crossing my fingers for. It did not sum to 88. 78? It's 78? Okay. 78 is a little better. That means we're 12 short of 90. And so we're less than 12 short of whatever is going on with these two. Because if we add up all the digits in the grid, we know that we get 90 minus twice the digit that's missing. So I guess the digit that's missing can't be a 9, 8, or 7. Or 6. So the digits that's missing is small. I do see that there's some places that I'm going to have trouble sneaking a 9. Like, I assuredly can't put a 9 in any of those places. I guess maybe I should ask myself what the smallest the numbers I can put along this diagonal are. Because even if this is double 9, this is still at least a 7. So these are always from 7, 8, 9. Is probably a wise thing to notice. And there's definitely a 9, at least one 9 in here. Sadly, that deftly avoids any immediate utility. I guess it's a little useful in that it says that these 3 cells sum to at most 8. So this digit's at most 5. That is technically not nothing. Oh, if I also combine it with this, Garion points out, actually, if I look at these 6 cells together, it's actually pretty interesting. Because if I maximize these, I could do 998877, and 998877 would be 48, whereas these sum to 47. So we know there's 2 8s and 2 9s in here, and 1 6 and 1 7. Right? That's the only way that I can do this. And since I can't use a 6 on this diagonal at all, I have to use a 6 on this diagonal, right? So these have to be a 6 and then 2 digits that sum to 20. Sorry, 2 digits that sum to 16. It's either 7, 9. Yeah, so or it's either 7, 9 or 8, 8, I guess, is the options on this. Okay, and so now that creates a really big issue here where now I need to minimize this 15 clue. So that is a 6 and a 7 and a 1 and a 1 in order to make that possibly work. Okay, and so now now that that's a 7 and these sum to 16, they need to be 8 and 8 because of the neat geometry of the way that 7 looked. And now these need to be a 7 and sorry, no, these need to be double 9 in order to make that work. Because remember, we only had 1 6 and 1 7 involved. Okay, so now this 11 clue now, because I can't use any 1s in it, it now needs to be 1 degree of freedomized. So it's 2 2s, a 3, and a 4. Along the way. This 10 is probably forced because it can't be 1 9 or 2 8 or 3 7. So this is forced to be 4 6. That's the other 4 in the puzzle. This can't be a 6 because these would need to go 2 2, but I know there's a 2 up there, so this needs to be a 4. And that's a 6. Oops. And now these two add to 6. So they are either 3 3 or 2 4. No, they can't be 2 4 because I know that there's a 4 in one of these cells along here. So this can't be a 2. And so this digit here is either a 2 to go with a 4 or a 3 to go with a 3. So this is a 2 3. Is interesting. Oh, these two cells also sum to 10, I am being informed. So they can't be 2 8, so they have to be 3 7. 2 2. And those are a 3 4 pair, but we know which way it resolves because of that. So that is a 3, and that is a 4. Very nice. Much more pleasant doing it this way. And I really liked the use of the only twice each Octoquadri rule to maximize this double diagonal. That was a very cute setting bit. Oh, we're on the last one already. Well, good thing I asked for more, I guess. So here we are on the last one. So I think these are normal rules. So this is certainly a 6 7 8 9. I feel like these are a 1 8 and a 2 4 with high likelihood. I'm just going to go ahead and mark it. I feel like this isn't a 7 or an 8, so I feel like these have become a 7 8 pair by the quadruple. Let's see. So 9 feels difficult to get into the grid because I can only get at most 1 9 in the grid, and that's because I can't possibly fit a 9 in this box. So there is no 9 in the puzzle, so it's a 7 8 sort of puzzle. Yeah, so oh, right, there's a 1 8 pair looking at it. That's probably helpful to note as well. Okay, so whatever this is, it has a 2 on it, but it doesn't have a 4 on it, so now it's a 6, and these are a 1 3. That's cute. Okay, so this could certainly go 8 7 6 5, or it could go 7 6 5 4. are my options. So either this is an 8. Is this always the same way? Because if this is an 8, it puts the 8 up there. And if this is a 4, it... Oh, no. If this is a 4, it puts the 8 down there. Never mind. It doesn't match up no matter what, which is what I thought was going to happen. Oh, but one of these is always the other 6 in the puzzle. So I guess I know that. Okay, well, we've got our 2 1s in the puzzle. We've got our 2 2s in the puzzle. I don't know if... Oh, I do know we have a 3. Oh, sorry. I do know we've got a second 3. Where's the second 3? It can only go there. So that's a 1 and a 3. Okay, we need a 4, but it could go there. Or there, one of those. If this is a 5, I can't fit 2 of them in the grid, is Mekti's point. If this is a 5, there's no place for a second 5. And there's certainly a first 5. So this isn't a 5, it's a 6, which makes that a 7 and an 8 and a 7, a 1 and an 8 and a 2 and a 4 and a 5. And speaking of, one of these two is a 5. And the other seems to be a 4, so we get a 4 and a 5. Very lovely collection of puzzles there, Analytical Ninja. I enjoyed those quite a bit. I am going to take a quick stretch break, and I'll be back, and I'll do some more puzzles. So see you all in just a moment. Thank you again to Bookworm and Analytical Ninja for introducing me to this genre. Hello again. Welcome back with a tall cat puzzle that I think snuck by me because I think this puzzle is quite old now. So we need to make the sum of the digits in the cages equal to the claimed sum. We can repeat digits within cages freely in this puzzle as long as they don't violate other rules of Sudoku. And we must not repeat anything along either blue line. So basically, this is an extra region, and this is an extra region. So my eye is immediately drawn to this combination, which I see needs to have a 1 somewhere. Because if it does not have a 1 anywhere, then the sum will be more than 13, which is the total sum, because 2, 3, 4, 5 is already 14. So that means there's definitely a 1 along this diagonal somewhere. Now, the 1 definitely can't be here, I see, because if the 1 is here... Oh, no, sorry, that's not true. Sorry, I'm thinking about this backwards. I do know that all 3 flavors of 7 cage have to appear in here, because if these are 2 pairs of the same 7 cage, that does definitely break by having to shove them all in here. Can I not just put the 1 here? I thought I saw why I couldn't put the 1 here, but then I changed my mind and decided that maybe I could put the 1 there if I wanted to badly enough. Now, it is true that to say that the 1 is in opposites on each side of these, because if I... Oh, maybe that's not even true. If I do 2 1 5s as my 6 cage, that might be okay. What Garian says is correct. There is a virtual 7 cage along this side of the X, because I do know about that. Oh, that is true. We have a bonus 7 cage here that I hadn't even appreciated, that AFK is pointing out. So if I do something like that, I know that these are all the different flavors of 7 cage. And so therefore I know that these digits are an 8-9 pair. No, sorry, these are from 789 though, because these see all the different flavors of 7 cage. So these are a 789 triple. Or sorry, these are from 789, and that one's definitely not 9, is what AFK wants me to point out. And the same is true of these digits, which see all of these 3 flavors of 7 cage. So these are also from 789. Maybe less usefully. This is, of course, therefore a 1 or a 2, for whatever that is worth. Let's see. That is true. We do know actually the 7 cages that are with the 6 actually only have 2 flavors, because they can't be 2 5, because that breaks both ways to make 6. And so, which are 1 5 and 2 4. So these are actually only 1 6 or 3 4. I was trying to decide if I knew that this wasn't purple, therefore, but I don't think I do. Uh, uh, if they're the same, you break the diagonal. I feel like I could just put the purple cells there. Someone said also sees a 6 cage, but I don't know which thing. Oh, this one also sees a 6 cage. I see. So this is also from 1, 3, 4, 6. Because it also sees that 6 cage. There we go. Oh, if these are the same, the 6 cages are also the same, and then I have so yeah, let me get rid of this piece of coloring. So the reason why these can't be the same is if these are the same, then the 6 cages are also the same, and now I have 4 digits I have to make work, and that doesn't work. So this is not purple, it is yellow. And so green is the other one, if you want. So this cage is green because it's seen by yellow vertically and sees purple horizontally. So this is the green cage. This is the 2, 5. Okay, and so now this is purple. It is the other 1, 3, 4, 6. Let's see. So this is doubly not purple. Maybe not the most helpful. So this is certainly from 1, 3, 4, 6 for what it's worth. Oh, right. This has to be yellow because it's dictated by what this 6 cage is, right? If this 6 cage is 1, 5, then both of these have to be 3, 4. If this 6 cage is 2, 4, then both of these have to be 1, 6. So this is forced to be yellow by the same bit. And so now we said these 3 are different, so that's got to be the yellow one. That's got to be the green one. So that's 2, 5. And this is 1, 3, 4, 6 again. Emma points out we can do Sudoku on yellow in column 1 and learn that this digit is yellow. So this is the this is not the 1 because we know one of those is a 1. So this is a 3, 4, or 6 coming down over here. That does make this a 7, 8, 9 just by Sudoku. I agree. Oh, I can turn on row column labels. That'll probably make this a little nicer. One of these two is green, but I don't think I know which one yet. Do I, David? David seems to know, but I'm not sure that I see how. If these are yellow, then I guess I learned that 2 of those are yellow. Ah, right. I do know that 2 and 5. I know the greens are in here. That's the that is the thing I know. So I know that 2 and 5 do live along this diagonal. Agree with that. So basically, if this is right. We did prove this much earlier. We said these cages can't be the same 2 pairs because then you'd put 4 things over here. So this can't be yellow is the point. This is purple because you can't put 4 digits in these 3 cells. That was one of the first observations we made, and then we just forgot about it. Let's see. Are you saying for sure these 2 aren't purple AFK? Yes, I would put if these are both purple, then I would put a 1, 3, 4, 6 quadruple into the box, and I would not be able to use 1, 3, 4, or 6 in this cage, and I need to use one of 1 or 4. So yes, this is the purple 1, 4. And this is the thing that goes with it. So this is a 2. This is the green 2, 5, I suppose. So it's not a 1 anymore. Okay, that green 2, 5 goes either there or there on this diagonal. But I'm not sure which yet. Oh, right. I need a yellow, by the same logic, I need a yellow 1, 4 inside of this 6 cage because I can't have the purple 1, 4. And the yellow 1, 4 goes here. And so this is a green 2, 5. And so this is also not a 1. And this isn't a 4 because if it were a 4, it would be the yellow 1, 4, of course. And we can't have the yellow 1, 4 lollygagging around down there. So the yellow 1, 4 is definitely in one of those 2 cells. Oh yeah, this is the not the 3, 6. This is the 1, 4. This is not the 1, 4. This is the 3, 6. So this is not the 3, 6. This is the 1, 4. This is not the 1, 4. This is the 3, 6. So we can do all of that. So we know where the yellows are in box 9, points out directionary, namely 7, 8, 9s aren't yellow, so these are both yellow. Oh, by the way, give me 1 second. I realize I did not confirm with my friend to watch the Traitors finale tonight, and I want to watch the Traitors finale tonight. There we go. Okay, so yeah, these are 1, 4 and 3, 6. Okay, so now that cell is the yellow 1, 4 is what people in chat are saying. Because I can't place it in a box with yellow, can't place it in a row with yellow, can't place it on a diagonal with yellow, so this is the yellow 1, 4. This is the other 7, 8, 9, points out David, because we know that these are the 1, 3, 4, 6. We don't know what order they're in yet, but they are certainly in some order. One of these two is those. One of these two is pink 1, 4. I don't think I know which one it is yet, though. Uh, 10 cage is not 1, 9 or 4, 6. I see why it's not 4, 6. I don't see why it's not 1, 9 as of yet. Oh, it sees both 1, 4 colors, right? It sees that yellow 1, 4, and it sees the purple 1, 4. Got it. Okay, yep. So it is 2, 3, 7, 8. We can catch up some 2, 5s because that 2, 5 is different from that 2, 5. I don't know what we can do with it yet, but it is notable. Oh yeah, this being 2, 8 will break this 9 cage. I agree. Oops. So this is in fact 3, 7. So this isn't 3, 4. So purple is 1, 6. And so if purple is 1, 6, then yellow is 3, 4. So therefore, we'll go ahead and fill in that digit is a 3. And we will go ahead and bring out Zach for the 3 dance. Ba-boop-ba-doop. Woo! Ba-doop-ba-doop. Wah! Ba-doop-ba-doop. Wee! Ba-doop. 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 Thank you, Zach. Thank you. So that is a 3 and a 4 and a 2 and a 5 and a 1. And a 4 and a 3. Sorry, a 4 and a 3. And a 1 and an 8. Let's see. These are a 3, 4. Let's see. That is a 4. These are a 3, 4. So not 1 or 6. Zach with a K. And yes, still dancing. Because Intern hasn't completely taken over his career yet. Give it time. Okay, I probably don't need the ketchuping on these anymore. Let's see, there is a 6 and one of these. Sure. 7, 8, 9, and one of these. Okay, the 3 in this box, I guess, has has 2 possibilities, actually. It's one of those. 2 is a 3. Well, it was all going so well until it didn't. I do know one of these two is a 1. Ah, yes, I do know that there's a 4 in one of these two cells because this isn't a 4, 4, 8 cage. And so then I can probably be convinced to mark this 9 cage because it won't be 4, 5, and it won't be 9, 0. Let's see, this cell isn't 1 or 6 just because of the 1, 6 pair in the row. So 8, 1, this can't be a 7 because that can't be a 2. This can't be a 3 because that can't be a 5. So this is a 2, 8, and then this is the 1, 7 that goes with the 2, 8. And I guess one of these two is 4 as well, but what can you do? Oh, apparently my ruling out the 359 cage was invalid, and it could have been a 359 cage. Let's see. 8-1 works. 7 doesn't work. Oh, 3-6 works. 2-7 works. I see. But that can't be an 8. I see. I will let people hold out their hope that it is a 359 cage for just a little bit longer. Okay, so we got both our yellows on this diagonal. Yeah, one of those is the purple 1. I know this is not 6. I guess this is 2, 7, 8, or 9 are the only options. It is true that one of these two cells is 5. And hence, one of these two cells is 5. And Tallcat is the one pointing it out, so that suggests a good thing to look at. Two, 5, 9. And this is 2, 7, 8, 9, I want to say. Yeah, we know one of those is a 3. Five on the diagonal. Look at row 5, column 2. Oh, these are the only two spots that 5 can go on this diagonal. Ooh, nasty, nasty, nasty. Yeah, so one of these two is a 5 for this diagonal. And so that cell's not a 5. So one of these is a 5 for this box, naturally. And so whichever one it is, that's not a 5. So that is. So that is not a 5. So it is true that one of these is a 5. Okay, what is this triple? That is true. 5s are green. That is important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 7, 8, and 9 again. Much like our other place. Okay, I do know that there's 2 greens in here. Do I know what the other digit that's in here with the 2 greens is? I don't think so. It is true. One is purple. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Tallcat points out that now that that's not a 5, owing to the diagonal, one of those two is a 5, one of these two is a 5, and so we have a classic Zackwing of 5s, meaning that these are a 4-5 pair. Meaning not only do we not have a 3-5-9 cage, we don't have a 3-5-8 cage either. So this is either 2-6 or 1-7, I suppose. So now we know that the 3 in box 2 now is over here. So that places that 3. And so now there's a 3 in one of these. I guess one of those 2 cells is a 3. Oh, 6 in row 1 is definitely in this box. Good spot. Yeah, 6 in row 1 is definitely in this box. So this is not 2, 6. It is 1, 7. So that's not a 1. So we finally have placed at long last that this is a 1. And so it is purple. And these are both green. Oops. These are both green. Ah! Green, please. Thank you. These are 2, 5. And so that is a 6 and a 1. At long last. This seems not to be a 1 anymore, so that's probably not an 8 anymore. This is yellow. So 1 in one of these two cells, I suppose. Okay, these are from 6, 7, 8, 9, and one of these is definitely a 6. Which does place the 1 in box 1, making this also a 1. And nearly, but not quite, completing the story of the 1s. I guess this is the other 7, 8, 9. I might or might not have to catch up the 7, 8, 9s. I guess I know it's that 7, 8, 9, huh? I might as well catch up that. These two are the same 7, 8, 9. I was thinking that might be more useful immediately than it was. It is definitely true the 2 in this box is on the diagonal. I agree with that. Six in box 4 is vertical. Agree. So this is not a 6. And that's a 7, 8, 9 triple. So this is the other 7, 9 in this box, just by asking where 7, 8, and 9 go in this box. And these, therefore, are 6, 2, and 5, I want to say. So that's not a 6. This is green. We'll preemptively green it before the greenification is complete. Okay, that gives me a 7, 8, 9 triple in column 2, so that actually places the purple. So now that's a 6 just by sudoku into this box. So that is my 6. And so now where does the 6 go along this diagonal? Now only here. Which now means that is also a 6. So this is also green. Don't forget about the greens. Oh, where's the other green in row 4? The answer is not there, so it's there. So that's not a 9. That's not a 2. What is left in this box? Well, the 7 and the 9 go vertical by this 7, 9 looking over. And so therefore this digit is an 8. That 7, 9 looks down, making this a 6 and a 3. 1 and 6. 4 and 3. 3 and 7. 9 and 7. Uh-oh. I seem to have ruled 7 out of every... Oh. What on earth did I have? Oh, 7 and 4 are different numbers. Fun fact. So 7, 3, 9, 7, 1, 6. There we go. That's better. It looks less problematic. Okay, so one of these two is a 2. I don't know which one yet. So therefore one of these is a 2, and I don't know which one want yet. 4 is placed here, I see. I'm told it's also placed in box 8 if I squint. Yes, it is also placed in box 8 if I squint. 2 in column 5 is placed. That is a great spot from chat. Uh, 5 only has 1 digit left. Oh, this digit's purple, by the way. That digit seems to be an 8, which makes that an 8. This digit seems to be a 1, actually. Okay, those are a 7-9 pair. So circle is actually an 8. This digit is the other 2 5 for the row. Oh, this digit is yellow. These are an 8-9 pair. I don't think I know the order just yet. That's not an 8. So these are a pair as well, just because there's a 7-9 pair in the row. These are a 6, which goes there and is purple. And a something. And an 8, which goes there and is nothing. Let's see. So these are a 3 and something else. A 3 and a 9, it looks like. Oops. There is a 2 in these 2 cells in this column, and since there's also a 2 in these 2 cells, this is a 2. Which gives me the 5 and the 2, which gives me that 5. Gives me the 3 and a 4. Gives me this 3. 7, 9. 7, 9, 9, 7. 7. I bet Mark knows that that is an 8. Mark does. Mark might have some suggestions about these cells as well. These are green. Oh, column 5 has some yellows. Good, good, good. Okay, let's do a count. Does every box have 6 colored cells? Or basically, are 7, 8, 9 the only white cells in each box? It looks like it. 9, 7, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, and 5. Very lovely. Excellent, excellent. Very neat sort of bouncing around. I enjoyed the coloring of the cages. I needed chat to remind me several times of things I had said at the start of the puzzle that I then forgot, and then was confused by. But very nice overall. Some neat geometry there all around. Let's do some 6x6 action. Let's see. We've got an Itrio 6x6. Okay, so digits cannot repeat within a cage, and digits in the cage must sum to the number in the top left corner. Each given cage, or every given cage, has a hidden clone somewhere in the grid. The clone has the same shape and orientation. With the digits in the same relative positions, clones cannot overlap with existing cages or with each other. Okay, that is quite interesting. Is the only place the 15 cage can go there? I feel like it is, right? Isn't it there? Where else am I putting it? Yeah, the chat seems to concur. And so I guess that means like those are the same digit, for example. And so in particular, these 3 digits add to 10, and that's these 3 digits. And so I get my first digit. I know they add to 10, by the way, because of roping. This 3-cell 10 sum is those 3 digits. And so these 3 digits add to 10, and that's those 3 digits. And so therefore that's a 5, and therefore that's a 5, and therefore that's a 5 by virtue of these. And so now there's a 1 in the 10 cage, because the only 3-cell 10 cage without a 1 is 235, and this doesn't have a 5 in it. So therefore one of those is a 1. Oh, there's a request for a 5 dance. We don't usually dance for 6x6s, but we'll put in a 5 dance since chat enjoys it. Ba-boop ba-doop. Woo! Ba-doop ba-doop. Wah. Ba-doop ba-doop. Wee. Ba-doop 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 ba-doop. Waha! Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Let's see. I will put in a red circle there, which is not 1. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Oh, ketchup could be 1. Ketchup even could be 1. I don't know why I marked ketchup as not being 1. Oh, Garion doing math and pointing out that these 2 cells sum to 6. So they need to be 2, 6. Because they can't be 3, 5, or 1, 7. 1, 7 is problematic for multiple reasons. And so, therefore, these are... Oh, 2, 6 doesn't add to 6. That's a problem. I agree. 2, 6 does not add to 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. Sorry, these add to 6. I was having a real problem because I was concluding this is a 1, 4, 5 cage. Sorry, these are a 2, 4, and this is a 1, 3, 6 cage, if I do the math better than I did before. So this is a 1, 3, 6. These are a 2, 4, 5. Okay, this 3-cell cage can't go in the row, in that row. So this cage, I think, only goes in this row and either there or there. And so I think these are always 1, 3, 6. If I make this the green cage, I think the green cage can only go either here or here. Do we agree with that assessment? Oh, and it can't even go there because... Oh, no, maybe it could go there. Sorry. But it definitely has red circle in it. So I think it goes there or there, and there's nowhere else, right? And so I think these are always from 1, 3, 6. That is basically what I wanted to say. One of these 2 over here is a 5. Garion wanted to say these add to 13, so these therefore add to 8. So they're either 2, 6 or 3, 5. I don't know quite what to do with that. Let's see. Oh, I see. because the point is these two sum to 8 and these two sum to 8, and so the 4 can only go with the 5, and so this is a 1-4 cage, but the 4 doesn't go there. That is very slick, because of the way the row works. You've got 2 8 cages, which have to be the 2 valid 8 cages, and so in particular, red circle is 1. So this at least is not a 1. These aren't 1. Now that's never 1, funnily enough, because of where it goes, because it either goes here or here. These are 3 6. I should probably fill in. Oh, this can't go here. If this goes here, it lines up with that cell. That was actually clear before if I looked at this. By the way, this is a 1 because there's a 3 6 pair. So this is actually the green. I actually could have placed that almost from the beginning. In fact, I think I literally could have placed it. I could have done no Sudoku and just placed the green right away to be there. So this is the other 3 6. I could probably color my 3 6s now that I have 1s done. Let's see, and you are you. Oh, this is a 1 because of clony bits. And so this is the... Oh, right. This is the X. This is the O. Wait. How did I screw this up? Somehow I screwed this up badly. What did I do? Did I just, like, do my 3 6s very badly? Oh, no, it has to line up. It has to line up. I see. What I did was somewhat silly, because I can't do this. So my logic was in the right vein, but this is the thing I can't do, because these are the same 3 6. I can't rule the same 3 6 out of both cells. It's actually the opposite. It's actually, this is the one that has to be green. So this is the 3 6 that we have. Basically, the 3 6 that goes above this has to be the same 3 6 that goes above it over here, because otherwise it's a different 3 6 and that breaks. So that's a 1 by clonage. There we go. Oops. There we go. So now there's a 1 somewhere that's part of this clone, and it can only be this one. So if I make this, oops, I'm going to get rid of these, and then I'll make that clone yellow. Yellow, yellow. Makes that a 4. Is that not a 4? This is my other 3 6. This is my other 2 4, just by asking where that goes. Ah, I see. But this just is a 2. So that's a 4 and a 2. Oh, this is a 2 and a 4 just by Sudoku. So that's a 5 and a 2 and a 4. Let's see. These are a... Oh, that's a 2 and that's a 4. Okay, so my yellow cage is not going anywhere in here. Ah, I guess here's the easy way to do this. I need to make 8 as the sum of 2 of the digits here. Oh, no, that doesn't actually do it. Sorry, never mind. That doesn't do it. But this cage has got to go... Well, it can't go there. And so I think it can only go there or there. So I think that's always part of it. Actually, we're going to make it orange. I like orange better. It's either 3, 5 or 2, 6. Yeah. Oh, there's another 2. Oh, there's another 2 that is here. So it's 3, 5. I see. That seems much more helpful. So this needs to be 3, 5, which we can do, making that a 6 and a 3 and a 6. And so now that is a 5, and that's my 3. There we go. Okay. So that is a 3 and a 6 and a 3 and a 6. Oh, and a 6. Da-da-da-da! We have accomplished our 6x6. Let's see. I will pull up another 6x6. Let's see. Red versus blue. We have standard rules for crop key apply. However, some dots are red and some are blue. So one is white dot and one is black dot. Is the deal. So my suspicion is, so if red is black dot, then this is a 5. And that's a 5, actually, just by looking at what cells. I'm going to actually paint the cells that are on red dots red, just so that I can look at whether you could really fit 5s in the grid or not. And let's see, these are all blue, so I might as well ask the same question about blues while I'm at it. So either this cell's a 5 or this cell's a 5. Oh, this is also blue. Right, so one of these two cells is a 5, depending on which color it is. So funnily enough, that cell is never a 5, and that cell is never a 5. Let's see, that cell is definitely and one of these two cells is also a 5. Let's see, maybe I should start putting my little pairs here in that are going to be very weird pairs. One of these two is always a 5. One of these two is always a 5. Which I have to make sure I remind myself is what I'm saying and not the other thing, which is that I'm not saying those two are the same. I'm saying one of these two is a 5 and one of these two is a 5. Which means, like, for example, this cell is never a 5. And that cell is never a 5. I suppose the other thing I could ask about is where 1s go on dots, because a 1 on a dot only goes with one thing. Let's see. Yeah, the unmarked spots are never 5. I was debating if I really wanted to mark that, but I guess I will. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And I guess I can mark things like I know these aren't 1, for example, because that would cause problems. So these are only from 2, 3, 4, 6. I guess these I also know are from 2, 3, 4, 6, regardless. Oh, I guess people want me to look at where the 1 actually does go in this row. And so wherever the 1 goes, the next thing is a 2. Yeah, we do need a 5 in this row. It's certainly going to go on a white dot, which is going to put a 4 or a 6 next to it. The 1 in this row is next to a 2, for what it's worth. Uh, I do know one of these two is a 5, for what it's worth, I think. Yeah, I think I'm convinced. I'm not thrilled about it, but I think I'm convinced that it's 1, 2, 4, and 3, 6, 5 on the two sides. And so that means that these in the middle have to be a 2, 6 pair, right? Because we actually do know the order is 1, 2, 4, and the order in the other is 3, 6, 5. Sadly, I don't know that that's super interesting. Is there actually any symmetry breaking in here? Or is the symmetry is actually no? Maybe this is just completely symmetrical, which is possible in a 6x6. No, it's not possible in this particular instance. There's got to be something, otherwise there'd be 2 solutions. I just don't see what the thing is. I'm mentally checking all of the dots, and oh, I see. This part is flipped upside down. Got it. Okay. Yeah, right. One part is symmetric one way, and the other part is symmetric the other way. Uh, 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 I guess whichever one of these is a 5, the thing next to it is a 1, 4, and the other thing is a 2. Oh, so these are a 2-5 pair? Is that true? I think that's true, actually. I think I know these are a 2-5 pair. Because if I think about the box where these are black dots, then one of these is a 3-6, one of them is a 1-2 or a 2-4. The 5 has to go there, and then the 1-4 goes there. 1-4 only goes with 2. On the other hand, I also know that one of these is a 5. So these are actually just a 2-5 pair, just straight up. I like that considerably better. So neither of those is a 2. We know. Okay, in the white dot world, I guess I don't know anything about the white dot world. I guess I just know in the white dot world, yeah, something happens. Yeah, so the 5 here connects via a white dot to something, so it connects to either a 4 or a 6. And to the 2, okay, so this digit's never 3, right? I don't think in any universe can this be a 3. Because this is a 2 in the universe that this is a 1-4, and otherwise this is a 5. So yeah, so these are never 3. They're 1-4-6. For what it is worth. Okay. I don't think I immediately know anything about what the other of these is. Like, I know that these are an odd even pair in the box where there's double white dots. Uh, I guess these pair of red dots have to also be these pair of red dots either way. If this is 3-6, then this is always 4-5 or 1-2, I guess, annoyingly. Uh, Oh, okay, yeah. So if this is a 3, what Chad is pointing out is there's no way I can get to 2 or 6. Because if it's a white dot, then this would have the same parity, and I'm broken right away. And if it's a black dot, then this would need to also be a 3. So neither of these are ever 3 because of the fact that they connect to 2, 6. And on one side, these are both the same thing, because if it's a white dot, then these are actually, is this just never 4? Oh, 4-2-1 would work, right? Or sorry, not 4-2-1. Wait, no, are these, can this just never be 4 either? Oh, 4-3-2. Sorry, 4-3-2 works. 6-5-4, I guess, also works. Uh, uh, Oh, right. We proved earlier that you can't put a three. The three only goes with six in this row. Uh, and so there's no. Yeah, the 4, 5, 6 would be okay. Okay. Uh, in one of these columns, I guess it's worth noting. Yeah, I guess it's either a 5 there and there or a 5 there and there is, I guess, what sort of goes together. Maybe I should mark it that way instead, just for my sanity. Just change it so that it corresponds to universes instead. So either both circles are fives or both X's are fives. Is maybe a little bit easier to parse. Uh, so interestingly, we can definitely say something about evens in row 5, because whether this is a white dot or a black dot, it definitely has an even on it. And those are both even. That's all the evens. So these are both odd. And we know that this is never the 2, 4 black dot. So if this is a black dot, it's 2, 1. And if it's a white dot, then it has multiple options. And this never has a 3 on it, apparently, we've decided. I don't remember how we decided that, but we seem to have decided that. So one of these two is 3. Let's see. I don't think I can quite. Let's see. Can this cell really be 1? I guess is my question. 1, 4, 6, 5. I think it can. Uh, uh, let's see. It's being stated this is not 2. Yeah. If this is a 2, then the 1 on the box has no friend. I agree. We're down to 1, 3, 4, 6. This can't be a 2 either, for what it's worth, for much the same reason. Uh, Yeah, I guess we can... I don't quite see this. Uh, 5 isn't 3. Let's see, if this is 3, then we're definitely in white dot land. So red is black dot land. So if this is a 3, then that's a 2, because if this is a 3, that's a 5. And so that doesn't work, because then now I've got to have a 1 somewhere. I guess maybe one way to see it. Okay, this is either a 1 or this is a 5. Because I can never put the 1... Sorry, wait. Was I saying that right, or did I mean it the other way? The 1 in this box either goes with a 2, so either this is a 1 and this is a 5. Or this is a... I feel like I'm saying this nonsense in the wrong way. I feel like it's almost there, though. Basically, this can't possibly be a 1, I think I'm comfortable saying. Because if this is a 1, now this is a 2, and the 1 is on a dot without a 2. I'm comfortable saying that. So this can only possibly be a 4 or a 6. Yeah, if this is a 1, that doesn't work either, because it'll be a 1 with a 2, and now... and so now down here, actually, now we've got our even triple, and so now, at long last, we finally find out where our 5 goes. Namely, our 5 goes on the circles. And so that's 2, which goes with a 4 now, because this is now red's our black dot. Okay, and I can get rid of my confusing pencil marks. Okay. Okay, so this has to be the 1 in this box, because 1 can only go on a dot with a 2, which I maybe should have thought about more earlier. Okay, this is the 3, 6, because this is the black dot box. So that's not a 6. Oh, that has seemed to be a 3 and a 1. Okay, these are a 1, 2 in that order. Yeah, this is pretty gnarly as these things go. Let's see, that's a 3. It's a 5. That's a 2. This is a white dot, so that's a 4 and a 6 and a 2. Oh, right, I don't remember. Maybe I didn't know that. Okay, so this is either... Oh, this is... Oh, sorry. No, this is white. Oh, this is... Wait. No, I screwed it up. No. I did not screw it up. This is black dot, so that's a 2. And so these are 3, 6 in that order. These are 1, 4, 5, so these need to be 4, 5, and that needs to be 1. This therefore needs to be 4. So that's a 1. This is 5, 6, therefore, and that's a 3. So that is a 5 and a 6 and a 6 and a 5. 3 and 6. These are 3, 4. That is 5 and 4. These are 1, 2, 4. So that's 2. This is 1 or 4, but it's a 4, and that's a 1. Whew! Boy, that one was gnarly. Yeah, the nasty. I don't think the coloring ambiguity here, like the coloring ambiguity was basically "Go forth, my children, and bifurcate" is basically what this coloring said, because it was like there's two possible worlds. Chase this far enough ahead that you can decide which world you're in. Just maybe not the most satisfying way to do ambiguity for my personal taste. But we got there eventually, and that is what matters. But for now, I must wrap up stream. But thank you everyone for hanging out. Doing Octoquadris might be the key to getting the most puzzles done on stream that we have ever done before. Do remember there is an Octoquadri setting challenge. So as always, I'll give you lots of time for the setting challenge. So I'll give you at least a month. So take your time, percolate with your ideas. But a pack of around 4 Octoquadri puzzles is what I request. Yeah, we'll be working down towards 2x2s soon enough. Yeah, thank you, Analytical Ninja. Thank you for the puzzles and for coming up with the idea. I really have enjoyed all of the Octoquadris that I've done, and I look forward to doing more. So glad you had a good time. Hope to see you around again in the future. Hope to see you all around again in the future. Do please give the stream a like if you have not yet done so. It is greatly appreciated to those of you who do. Thank you also to all of you who support the channel financially. It is not at all required, but we greatly appreciate it if you do. And if you would like to, you can go on your computer on YouTube and click the $sign, and it'll walk you through the options. Or if you, for whatever reason, don't want to give money to Google, we also have a Patreon. And if you don't want to give money to them either, we also have a Ko-fi. So you can talk to us if you want any of the details of any of those things. So that the spiel does not go on forever. But huge thank you to all of you who do that. You get things like the green screen names, the Zach emotes, and all of the other cool perks that we have. There will probably be more Zach emotes coming soon. If you are coming to SudokuCon, please come say hi to Zach. Zach is a bit of a prima donna and could use the attention. So I'll look forward to meeting at least some of you then. But I'll be back on stream again on Tuesday, so I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching, everyone. Last but not least, thanks to the Turbines, Daniel, David, Franco, Nell, Nordy, and Plonktime. Thank you, everyone. And bye for now.